Hey guys, Justin from the Under 20 Workout, and today I want to talk to you about the most controversial subject in the world, and that's fitness. And I'm going to tell you why certain athletes have these amazing bodies and then other athletes who seem to be training for very long periods of time don't. And the controversy in fitness is, you may know that it's this group that believes that long, slow cardio and lifting weights is the only way to get in shape, and you have to count calories and you have to actually burn more calories than you take in, versus this new group of people who seem to be getting these amazing bodies with short, fast 20-minute workouts. We're going to talk about that, and we're going to talk about the special hormone in your body that is affectionately called by scientists the fountain of youth hormone, or the puberty hormone. And for decades they told us that this hormone, at puberty, it's at its height. In your 20s it starts to fall, and by 30 it just plummets off the table, and you just, you gain belly fat because you don't have it, and you start to look old and age. It's called HGH, or the fountain of youth hormone, or the puberty hormone. I'm going to tell you all about that and how it works in your system. So how I got started on this was in college. I was a two-sport athlete. I played hockey, and I also played for the Detroit Junior Red Wings. But in college, we would train for 3 hours a day, burn 3,000 calories, and we'd come back in the locker room, and you'd look around, everyone had their shirts off, and half the guys on the team had fat bellies. And I'm not talking the big, hard bellies. I'm talking body fat, belly fat. How is that possible if you're burning 3,000 calories in a workout? I didn't know at the time how it was possible. I just know that it was happening because we weren't eating, 5,000 calories a day. We should not be putting on weight. And then after practice, we'd go back to the dorms and hang out with the female and male gymnasts, and they all had these amazing, awesome bodies. I hate the word ripped, but they had ripped bodies. They looked great. They had this fast twitch muscle that we all wanted, this, this leaner looking, healthier muscle. And they all looked young and healthy. Their hair was great. Their skin was great. And I didn't understand how they were doing that. So at the time, my girlfriend was a gymnast, and I was like, Heather, how much cardio do you do? Because they work out for 2 hours. And she's like, we don't do cardio. And I'm like, well, how often do you lift weights? How many hours a week do you lift weights? We don't lift weights. And I was like, totally confounded. I was like, how do they have these amazing bodies without doing cardio and lifting weights, which every single, person was telling us at the time that that's the only way to get a great body. And they weren't doing any of this, especially not the cardio. So I asked her more questions like, well, what do you do here? What do you do there? And she's like, hey, I'm done with the questions. Why don't you just come to our workouts and you can actually see what we're doing? And so I did. And that's when my mind was absolutely blown. At these gymnast workouts, they weren't doing anything. They were standing around waiting for their piece of equipment, the floor, the high bar, all that. They just wait. In 2 hours, they were just standing around chit-chatting. But when they went, they were moving at top speed. Their muscles were moving at top speed. The floor is 40 seconds to a minute. The high bar, 30 seconds. The uneven bars, 40 seconds. The vault, 6 seconds. Fast as you can, down the mat. You hit the mini tramp, triple flip in the air. The pommel horse, all upper body and core, just going around this, thing for less than a minute. It was the pommel, it's called. So it was incredible to me how they were getting these bodies, yet they weren't doing anything. And there was no science to back it up. I looked, that was went to the library, asked all the professors like how they were getting this amazing body, and no one knew. And in fact, most of them were like, well, they're not. They're burning tons of calories. And I'm like, I know they're not, because they're only working out for 15 to 20 minutes. And I knew this because they had an Olympian on the team, Barry McDonald from Ireland. And I was so fascinated with these workouts that I actually went around and timed him and saw the amount of time he was actually exercising per workout. And I went to 4 practices, and I discovered that he was working out for 15 to 20 minutes per workout. That's it. They did nothing after that. They didn't go to the weight room. They didn't do the treadmill. So I was like, well, how is this possible? It can't be possible, but I know that's how they're getting results. Cut to several years later when I retire from hockey, and I start doing what everyone told me. The fitness trainers at my gym and doctors and nutritionists, and I started counting calories, what I was eating all the time, because I was starting to gain belly fat. And then I started doing, 40 minutes on the treadmill, 40 minutes lifting weights at the gym, which ended up to be 2 hours because, I'd be waiting in line for machines at the gym. It just was this long, slow process. And I did that for about 5 years, and each year I would gain 2 pounds, 5 pounds, 7 pounds, 3 pounds. Next thing I know, an athlete, it was my nightmare. I was 25 pounds overweight. I was 35 years old, and I had very little sex drive. I literally would, not go out on dates with girls because I dated some girls, and they were like, well, you don't have any sex drive. And it was humiliating. So I'd talk my way out of dates, girls who wanted to date me, and it was a terrible time for me. And all these years I was working out every year. I'd quit for 2 months each year because I'd get so frustrated that I'm doing all this hard work and yet I still have this belly fat. And I noticed at the gym too that everyone on the treadmill seemed to have this soft layer of belly fat. No matter how people were there every single day, I'd see them every time, same people, and they could never get rid of this belly fat. So I was so frustrated at age 35 with no sex drive and 25 pounds overweight that I literally said, this is it. I'm done listening to anyone. And I remembered back to the gymnast in college. And then I said to myself, who has the best bodies in the world? It's gymnasts, it's sprinters, it's boxers, and wide receivers. That was the body I wanted. I didn't want a big bodybuilding steroid body. I wanted a nice, lean, fast twitch body. And what were these people, the boxers, sprinters, gymnasts, and wide receivers, what did they all have in common? What was the common thread in their training? And it was one thing. It was speed and explosion. It was moving your body at top speed as fast as you can. So I decided to make up all these exercises. I made up hundreds of them to target each body part, moving as fast as you can. I've got thousands, the zombie sprints, the 30-second sprint, the fast hands. I made up thousands of exercises, and I decided to start doing it. I knew from the Olympic athlete Barry McDonald that I was only going to train for 20 minutes or less, under 20 minutes. And so it was just for myself. I started training. Within 2 weeks, people start complimenting me like, oh, you look healthier. Your skin looks great. Your hair looks great. And I was like, okay. It was winter. I was wearing sweatshirts, so they didn't see my body changing at the time. And within a month, I lost 12 pounds. And within 3 months, I lost 25 pounds. I was back to my fighting weight, I call it, the weight that you really want to be at, where you're you're at your highest performance, and that was 185 pounds. That's where I was. That's what I wanted to be at, and that's where I was. And it was exciting. In fact, 2 girls came up to me, Christy and Jessica, and they're like, well, will you train us? Train, your body's changing, you look great, we want that. And I said, well, I'm not going to train you guys. It's not really my thing. I'm a writer and an actor, and my life's great. I don't need to train anyone else, and I don't want to front money for a space to train you guys at. And so they were like, they came back the next day, please train us. And I was like, well, you know what, I do the workout 20 minutes 3 times a week. If you guys just want to join me, we can do it in the front of my house on the sidewalk. They're like, great. So we're out there. I start training them. Like literally we'd have to move off the sidewalk when people walk by with their dogs, and everyone's like, what are these crazy people doing? They're moving so fast. And same thing happened with them. In a week or two, people start giving them compliments. Your hair looks great. Your skin looks great. And then at the end of the month, they started talking, and I've got 5 people now in front of my house on the sidewalk. And then Christy's like, well, over in Hollywood, there's a park. We can work out at this park, Barnesdale Park. And so we moved, all 6 of us went up there and started training, and these people start talking. Next thing I know, it's 10 people within a couple weeks, then 20, then 30. So we're training 30 people, and I had this loser mentality at the time, this scarcity mentality, which was, oh, I don't want that many people here because, it's a park, but it's also a museum. So I don't want the museum people yelling at me. I'm taking up too much space, which is a terrible mentality. I've since, dealt with that success, which is hard to deal with sometimes. And everyone was getting the same results. And I didn't know why at the time. But then very soon the science was going to come out and tell me what actually was happening within the body, which is amazing. I'll get to that in a second. But then two of the guys at the workout are like, you've got to put this online. You have to get this to the world. And so in the meantime, before that, I was having Christy film me with a flip cam in her apartment doing these 20-minute workouts, and I was sending them to my friends in Denver and Chicago, my family in North Carolina, and everyone was having the same results. So it was crazy. I already had a few videos, made. So I'm like, okay, let's put it online. I'm not an entrepreneur. I don't know anything about the internet and how marketing works or anything like that. That's not me. And so we put it online, and within, 6 months, we were in 10 countries. 2 years, we're in 30 countries. Now, in 2015, we're in 45 countries, and it's growing every day. And there's no advertising going on. It's all word of mouth and Facebook, just posting on Facebook. So everyone's getting these crazy results. It's going around the world, 45 countries. I'm blown away by that. But it's because it works, and people talk about things that get results. Now, cut back to 2009 when I'm, training like crazy in the 20-minute workouts 3 times a week. Actually, not like crazy, 1 hour a week. And I'm going to the gym to weigh myself. And because they had the best scale, and I still had my membership. I bought a year-long pass. So I'd see my old trainer, Matt, there, and, I used to pay him $50 each session for 1 hour session. He's like, hey, man, you look great. Are you going to come back and train with me? And I'm like, no, I'm actually doing these 20-minute workouts that, everything's changing in my body. And he's like, 20 minutes? You can't burn enough calories in 20 minutes. You can't get results in 20 minutes. And that's when I said to him, I'm like, it's not about calories. It's about moving your body at top speed. And he's like, that's bull crap. And so I went home and I did research, and I looked everywhere for this speed training, which no one was doing. Still, no one is basing their workouts on speed. Everyone's on, even the 20-minute workouts that copied me. I was the first 20-minute workout on the market. They cut their workouts down to 20 minutes, but they forgot the most important thing is speed. Why is speed important? Well, thankfully, in 2012, this study came out saying that short, intense workouts, it was at McMaster's University in Ontario, Canada. And what they did was they studied this group of people, 2 groups of people, one doing 6 hours of cardio a week, 1 hour a day with 1 day off. And they put them versus this other group who was doing 1 hour of workout a week, but it was 20 minutes 3 times a week, and it was speed-based training. Everything was, they were calling it sprint training at the time in 2012. And so the research, they noticed in the first couple weeks that this 20-minute system was getting amazing results. And one of the scientists stepped forward and said, we don't understand why they're getting these results. We need to test their blood. Of the scientists that were working on it, he stepped up and said that, and they're all like, yes, there's something about this 20-minute. Let's test the blood. And that's when everything changed for the under 20 workout, because the science was now coming forward. What they found was that the short speed-based training actually it sent a message to your body, sent a message to your brain to activate the pituitary gland and release human growth hormone, the fountain of youth hormone, into your bloodstream. So these people who were doing these short workouts had 430% more HGH in their system, in their bloodstream, compared to this other group who was doing the old school long cardio workouts. And that blew everyone's mind, because it was known in the science world that your HGH, which is, people pay $10,000 a month to get it injected into their blood, which is ridiculous because you can produce it in yourself. But the reason this became a big industry, this $10,000 a month, you see these rich old guys with the ripped bodies and the, looking great. They knew the secret that your HGH just dives starting in your 20s and then is gone by your 30s basically. And they knew that that was the secret to get the lean, healthy bodies. The puberty, how you remember how you felt during puberty, your muscles were taut, your skin was taut, you looked great, you looked young, there was no wrinkles. That's what growth hormone does. It actually attacks the body fat, burns it, it builds lean muscle, and it gives you the hormones to liven your skin and make your hair look great. It's this amazing thing that people were spending $10,000 a month for. But we found out that speed training actually releases that in your system naturally, and that's the key, naturally. You don't want to be injecting things into your system. You'll shrink organs that are very useful. There's a class action lawsuit against these people who are charging $10,000 a month injecting it unnaturally into your system. So the HGH was the secret. It's the growth hormone. Then they found out that, and this is something that I knew from all the people I was training. They would call me, they would email me. I'd see them face to face, and they're like, "There's something also that's happening that I don't know why, but at night I'm feeling warmer, and all through the day after one of your workouts, your speed workouts, my body feels warmer all day." So I started researching that. Why is the body feeling warmer? And it's called the afterburn effect. When you do a speed workout and you work multiple muscles at the same time, like a sprinter, like a gymnast, like a boxer, or a wide receiver, you activate the afterburn effect, which means your body is demanding so much energy during that exercise, in those 20 minutes, that it can't keep up with the supply of energy. So what it actually does is, after you're done working out, for the next 24 to 48 hours, your body burns fat and calories for 48 hours from one workout. And there's studies, there's a chart I'll show you that tells you that one 20-minute workout done at top speed will burn 800 more calories than 1 hour on the treadmill, because you're burning more because you're working at high speed. And then after the workout, here's the long, slow cardio. You hardly burn any calories for the next 24 to 48 hours. But with the afterburn effect, you're burning calories at a very high rate for 24 to 48 hours. What an investment. 20 minutes you put in, and you're getting basically a workout for 48 hours. And the only way, scientists and nutritionists and doctors were telling us for years, decades, that the only way to burn fat was to burn more calories than you take in. That's actually not true, because the only way to burn fat, and you've never heard this before because it's not a theory, it's a fact that I know, is that the only way to burn fat is to tap into the energy, which is the fat on your body. All fat is stored energy. So you need to tap into that. And with a long, slow workout or a traditional style workout, you're only burning the blood sugar that you have in your system. That's why you're not losing weight. That's why you go to the gym and you see these people on the treadmill. Long, slow cardio feeds off sugar in your bloodstream. Whereas short, hard speed workouts, they blast through the blood sugar immediately, and they start going into your body for energy. That's why the results are better. Another reason why they're better with 20-minute speed-based workouts. Now, I went online in 2009 talking about this before I even had the under 20 workout. It wasn't even a thing. I was just doing these workouts, and everyone bashed me. They tore me down. You're an idiot. You have to burn more calories and you take in. And I couldn't really battle them because I didn't have the science. Then the McMaster's University study came out, and I was back there. They called me, "Hey, dude, you don't know anything. This is bro science." And then I had the science in 2012. That's when the under 20 workout exploded, because I had the science behind it. In addition to that, it was such a fascinating study that hundreds of other places reproduced this study the same way, with speed training versus long cardio, and the results were all the same. The University of Maryland, the Journal of Sports Medicine. In fact, the Journal of Sports Medicine said that short, vigorous 20-minute workouts with rest in between each exercise actually is not only the best way for a professional athlete to train, it's the best way for anyone to train. And the New York Times, their head fitness guru, Gretchen Reynolds, then put out a book in 2012 called The First 20 Minutes, Surprising Science Reveals How We Can Exercise Better, Train Smarter, and Live Longer. That's when everything blew up. Wow. That's when everything blew up. And we had our answers. Now, you're asking yourself, well, I want to try this. I'll never work out the same again now knowing this. So if you're looking to get into the best shape of your life, you've got to use speed. And how you can do that, right now today, you can click the button below, join us. There's a money back guarantee, so there's no risk. You've got a month to try it. You'll know within the first week. You'll see a difference in your body within the first week. And if you don't feel like it's right for you, you get your complete money back. So there's no risk involved. It's the same way that Amanda used. She was a friend of the family, and it was heartbreaking to me to see her gain all this weight over the years. And she was, seeing people post on Facebook about the under 20 workout, and she was sitting there saying, I can't do this, So it took her a year to join. And in that year, she tried Weight Watchers. She tried the South Beach diet. And she sadly, to me, got stomach surgery. She got a lap band surgery. And that was heartbreaking to me. And so finally, she was desperate because she'd gained everything she'd ever lost back in each one of those diets and then some. And I said, Amanda, just try it. I'll give you your money back if you don't like it. And she's like, well, I'm still scared because I've failed so many times at so many things. And each time I fail, it hurts. And I said, I know that, but just try this. And she did. And within 6 months, she lost 42 pounds. And in a year, she lost 50 pounds. That's incredible. 42 pounds in the first 6 months, that's a feat in and of itself, mind-blowing. But 8 more pounds over the next 6 months, where that's when usually people gain it all back, it was proving that this works time and time again over time. And she was doing 1 hour a week. If you don't have 1 hour a week to give to your health, then maybe you should rethink how you view your health. Not only that, it's the skin changes, the hair changes, you look healthy. And we know, during that time when I was looking so bad and had no sex drive, I knew what people are attracted to in the other sex because I was looking for someone I was looking for someone to find me to fall in love. But I knew that people judge not just by weight, they judge by how healthy you look. It's nature. It's we evolved to look at someone, are they healthy enough to reproduce with? You can see it by their hair. It's not brittle and, cracking and falling apart. Their teeth aren't falling out. Their skin's not sagging and, blotchy. You see beauty in health. That's how we view things because the main reason we're here is to repopulate the earth and, make more humans. And that's how we judge health-wise. So this is great. My friend Pete at the time, who's now a friend, he started the under 20 workout and became a friend through that. He was about 20 pounds overweight. In his first month, he was getting ready for this class reunion of his. And, it was about a month before the reunion. And his wife looked at him and said, geez, Pete, you're fatter than me and I'm 6 months pregnant. And that was his wake-up call. And he started the 6-week challenge, which is inside. I give it away for free. It's a $97 value. It's inside our workouts. You get a free 6-week challenge anytime you want to, get ready for a wedding, a class reunion, summer. That's in there. It's an intense 6 weeks, just over an hour a week of intense training. He did that. He lost 12 pounds by the day of his reunion. And he went there, he's like, man, we were cooking out. I had my shirt off, and all of my buddies were like, what happened to you? You look great. And he went on to lose another 15 pounds after that, so 27 total. And he said to me, he emailed me, he's like, you know what? The only problem with this is that I have to get my wedding ring resized. His fingers were fat, and he lost weight in his fingers. It'd be the only marketing program that I would say, hey, do the under 20 workout and lose finger fat. That's a terrible slogan, but you get what I mean. So all he did was click the button below, same thing. He got these amazing results with no risk. There's no risk at all. So if you want to try speed training, you're going to try speed training no matter if you do it with me or not, because it is the future. Try it here, and you're probably asking yourself, how much does it cost? Well, just think this. How much does your gym membership cost? How much does working out with a trainer cost? I know that because trainers hate me, and I'll tell you why in a second. Working out with a trainer costs $50 per hour. That's the average, the national average. 1 hour for $50. If you did that 4 times a month, that's $200. That's once a week. You probably want to do it twice a week with a personal trainer if you were doing that. That's $400 a month. The under 20 workout right now today is half off. It's $27. The reason it's half off, it's actually, the price is doubling in the next couple weeks. So it may be tomorrow. I don't even know when it's doubling. So get in now at $27 per month, and you're grandfathered in for life at that price. The price you get in at is the price you pay for eternity. And you might be asking, why is it monthly? Well, I could easily, put together 10 workouts, put them on a DVD, and charge you $127 like my competition does. But that doesn't work, and I'll tell you why. If you do 10 workouts over and over, you're going to get sick of them within a month. And being bored is the worst thing you can do during fitness. You've got to be challenged. So these 10 workouts you'll get bored of. Not only that, you also, they don't build with you as you get stronger. I've got over 100 workouts online now, plus 2 6-week challenges valued at $97 each. And they all build with you. Even if you're just doing the regular 20 minutes 3 times a week, each workout gets harder as you get stronger. Your body will not react unless it's continually challenged. All right? If you do 10 workouts and I feel great, but you repeat those 10 workouts a couple times, your body's not going to get the same results because it's become stronger and fitter. That's why there's over 100 workouts now. I add new workouts every month. So that's a huge key. If you aren't constantly challenged, and if you don't love your workout, you're not going to keep doing it. And I have a saying is, if you don't love your workout, you're eventually going to quit, and you're going to be no better off than you were when you started. That was my problem forever. I'd work out for 8 to 10 months, then I'd quit for 2 months, and my body would just slide back to, soft and not up to par for me. And another member, Kathy in New York, she was at her wit's end. She could hardly get off the couch. She couldn't go upstairs, barely. And she started the under 20 workout. And within 6 months, she'd lost 30 pounds. And then 8 months, she lost 50 pounds. And she emailed me and said, Justin, this is so great. I feel like you're part of my family. We work out every day together. It's fun. You're funny. And I got to tell you, something happened yesterday that made me email you, which was I was chasing my dog up and down the stairs. We were running around, and my daughter was watching us, and she looked at me and said, Mom, I'm so proud of you. I'm so happy because I thought you were going to die. Heartbreaking, but true. You've got to start exercising to move your life forward, to get into the best shape of your life, a body that's built for performance. Look at a sprinter and look at a marathon runner and look at their bodies. The sprinter is fast, taut, built for performance. Their body works better in every sense of life. Lifting groceries, walking upstairs, chasing your dog. A marathoner usually has a layer of belly fat, and there's a reason for that. It's called cortisol. When you do long distance training or long cardio, your body actually is stressed because humans are meant to move short bursts, to chase their food or to run from their prey in short bursts. That's how we're built. And to do long, grueling workouts actually puts stress on your body, and it releases this nasty stress hormone called cortisol. And that cortisol takes anything it can and makes belly fat out of it because it's afraid you're going to starve to death. Our original stress was starving to death. So anytime we felt stressed, that means we weren't going to get our next meal. And therefore, your body is so smart that it takes fat and stores energy for those times when we can't find food. Well, now we can, the way we hunt is we walk to the corner store and get food. So we want to put our bodies back into that hunting mentality where you're chasing your food or running from a tiger if you're in certain parts of the world. And that's what activates the pituitary gland to release growth hormone, because your body is telling your brain we're in danger. We need better muscles and we need to get rid of this dangerous fat that throws us off balance when we're running. So it actually attacks the belly fat. You'll notice a marathon, if you've ever, and all of us have, if you ever worked at a job or had friends where someone decided to run a marathon and they train for months, 10 hours a week, doing these long runs, and they run the marathon and they come back to work the next day and they can hardly walk and they're in pain, and you say to yourself, man, you did all this work and your body didn't change. In fact, you beat it up and it looks worse. You have more belly fat after training for hours and hours and hours a week. You would think, and they're not eating a ton either to keep the fat on. It's just your body wants to store fat when you stress it out. So try us out. There's no risk, but get in now because the price will be doubling. It's going up. It's $27 today. You can't beat that. It's the best possible deal you could ever get. So awesome, you guys. Thanks for listening. Share with your friends. Speed training, the under 20 workout, moving your body at top speed, or BATS. Some people call it MATS, muscles at top speed. But do all the research, the afterburn effect, and speed training, the McMaster's University study. It's all the evidence is there now. That's why this workout is exploding into, we'll be at 50 countries by the end of next month. And it's your chance to try it out. You'll never, ever work out for more than 20 minutes again after you do this. It's just, you get better results. Why waste time driving back and forth to the gym, 20 minutes there, 20 minutes back, 40 minutes on the treadmill, 40 minutes lifting weights, 15 minutes waiting for machines. All of that plays in your mentality to tell you, I don't want to go to the gym today. Because when you say, I want to go to the gym, you actually have to go get dressed. You have to get in your car, drive there. You have to look for parking, pay for parking. You've got to wait in line for machines. You got to work out for hours, and you've got to drive home. This literally, people wake up, get out of bed, and do it right next to their bed in their underwear. You can do it anywhere in the world that the internet goes. It's all streaming. I can't tell you how many lives it's changing. Check us out. Definitely try it today. Click the button below, $27 a month. Have a great day. Fitter, faster, firmer. The under 20 workout, 20 is plenty. 20 minutes is plenty. Have a great day.